I set my, when you go in Ecclesiastes, it says the king set his mind to know folly and madness, right? So I set my mind to actually go into the Quran. Yo, man, every page is telling you, he came back. You can't make that up. There you go. Hey, every page is telling you, go back and read the Torah. Go back and read the Psalms. Go back and read the prophets. That's in the Quran, man. But our people would rather read that than what the book is telling them to read, man. Because the power is in this book, man.
You have the Torah right there in your hand.
What does the Torah mean?
You do not. Just say, no, I do not.
What do the Torah mean?
Do you have the Injil?
What does Torah mean?
Do you have the Zabur?
Torah means law, Tawara, all right? Tawara, it means law. The law, according to the layman's term, would be the first 5 books of the Bible. The first 5 books of the Bible is Genesis through Deuteronomy. That would be the Mosaic law, right? When you get to something called the Tanakh, you're talking about the prophets, man, and the history. The Tanakh and the prophets is the history, like Kings and Chronicles, Samuel, all the way down to Malachi. So when he's saying, do you have the Injil, he's really saying, do you have the prophets, okay? So when brothers do that, man, you know, what you gonna do? You gonna strive with a fool? The scriptures say what, man? Talk not much with a fool, man. And what? You'll never be disquieted with his madness.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna show you one thing that's very important. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let's show you one thing that's very important. Look, the demon on them now. Hey, look. They have match made in hell, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes.
Hey, listen, this is one thing that we're gonna teach you about God, okay? Read.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Come on.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear
the conclusion of the whole matter.
Come on.
Fear God.
Come on.
And keep his commandments.
Read it again.
Fear God.
Come on.
And keep his commandments.
Read it again.
Fear God.
Come on.
And keep his commandments.
Read.
And for this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole duty of man.
First commandment.
Now he asks.
No partner
now he asks. Why are all the people here?
Don't call on any.
Give me Isaiah 34 and 16. Give me that.
That you're breaking.
Give me that.
First commandment.
Where's the first commandment found?
The book of Isaiah.
Where is the first commandment found?
You look in that book.
He don't know.
You look in
Read.
Exodus
Read.
in that book.
Read.
I know more than you.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord.
What did the Injil say?
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord.
Is Isaiah a prophet?
Is that the book?
Is Isaiah a prophet?
Is that the book?
Is Isaiah a prophet? The man don't know no answers, man. Read on.
And read.
Seek out of the book of the Lord and read. Out of the book of the law and read. Come on.
No one of these shall fail.
Nothing in here is gonna fail. Come on.
None shall want her mate.
And there's nothing in here that requires another book from someone else to make it whole. This book don't have no mate, man.
How long have the people stood
Yo,
on
you're
that
not in
book?
order. You're not in order.
How long have the people stood
no,
on that
all
book
jokes
right
aside,
here in this frame?
all jokes aside, you're not in order. You come in, you yelling, you wilding out. If you want me to deal with you,
okay.
if you want me to deal with you, you're gonna be decent and
I'm saying I was disrespectful and I apologize.
I'm trying to teach you.
I apologize.
Come stand before the captain and deal with you, all right?
I've been talking to y'all.
Nah, you're not gonna keep running. Yo, listen, man. You're not gonna keep running up and just talking.
I'm not bringing any type of static.
All right. Just chill. I'm trying. I don't want to get out. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just chill. If you wanna ask questions and we have a discourse, we could do that.
Can I ask one question?
There you go. Now wait. Can I finish what I'm teaching before you ask that? Can I finish what I'm teaching before you ask that? I guess that's yes. That's his way of saying yes. Read that again, Isaiah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16.
Read that.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Come on.
No one of these shall fail.
Come on.
None shall want her mate.
Now he asked, how you gonna keep the people around? Read on.
For my mouth it has commanded.
Come on.
And his spirit it has gathered them.
Because we're reading out of this book, it's causing, when you go into Nehemiah, when you read distinctly out of this book, it causes the people to stand in their place. That's the power that this book has, man. That's why these people are around. We not giving them nothing. We got no bread. We got no water. I'm not breaking no fish. I don't have that. All I got is this living water, man. That's why these people have gathered. Because I'm listening to the Most High Power. Because thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Okay? That's how you get the people together. That was me answering your question. Whether you like it, believe it, or understand it, I don't care. But that's how we're gonna deal. You're gonna say something, I'm not gonna answer it. I'm gonna go in the Bible to get the answer. If you don't want me to go in the scriptures to get the answer, it's no reason for us to talk. You understand? Fair enough?
They rode Greyhound 42 times in one
I mean,
night.
she wanna talk. If you like to just talk, you can talk to her.
You can't tell me not to talk. You are not bringing this.
Read that.
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Hold on, you gonna read this. Because she come with the confusion. Read that.
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Come on.
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Is Isaiah a prophet? Yes. Isaiah is a prophet, man. Okay? When you go into the Quran, it will tell you that Isaiah is a prophet. And he said if they speak not according to this word, there is no light in them. Alright? We don't gotta look nowhere else for the light. We breaking down this chamber. And that's why the people have gathered, man.
That's my one question.
What's your name?
My name is Dawood.
Dawood David.
Yeah.
Where you found David? Is David an Israelite?
My name is Dawood.
Is David an Israelite?
My name is Dawood.
Is David? Is David an
Dawood
Israelite?
is actually from the Hebrew.
Is David? Is David an Israelite?
Israelite.
Is David an Israelite?
Dawood was a prophet.
Is David an Israelite?
Dawood was a prophet.
Is he an Israelite?
Muslim. Number two.
I tried,
Can I
man.
ask my question?
I'm doing good.
This is the thing.
Let him say something. Let him say something.
All of the years that
Get
the
him.
people, all of the years that the people been here reading that book.
They don't read this book.
All of the years that y'all been around studying the book and making earnest efforts to establish the book.
Come on.
Right? When is it going to be established?
When is what going to be established?
Thank
Like
you.
that question don't even make sense.
Thank you.
He said,
Have a
when is
nice
it
day.
going to be, you've been reading the book, when is it going to be established, man? What was his question? Folly, man. Everybody bring a precept. We got to cleanse this area, man.
Watch it.
This is
Read. Go ahead, Al. What the hell was that?
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 11.
Read up.
And go, get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus said the Lord God,
Right.
whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
So we're going to tell it to you whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not, man. Okay? That man's spirit is conflicting inside him just like the sister, though. Because the Most High is the master of spirits. And he wanted to take them out of that zone that they in. You got precept? Read.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers,
Yeah.
in the place of drawing water, there they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord,
That's right.
even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
That's when this is going to be established, man. When this word that we bringing out right here, thus saith the Lord, out the scriptures, not out of our own belly, is established in the ends of the earth, then the end will come. You understand? Not before that, man. Not when we try to make it conducive to Islam, man. Okay? Now David was a Muslim. David told you that the damn Hagarenes and the Ishmaelites was his enemies. He said, I'm gonna bash their babies' heads on the rocks. But now you Dawood and now David was a Muslim, man. Yo, man, you know not what you worship, man. All right? So listen, Israel, the message and the moral is, yo, have a mind to work. And if you want something, be willing to build it. Just like Yahushua, just like Nehemiah and the forefathers, man. Have the mind to build it and make it come into existence, man.
That's right.
All right? Don't be envious of what other people have built. Put your brick in.
That's right.
You make something, man. All right? Brothers right here, small beginnings. Despise not small beginnings. All right? Because now look at the Most High that brought the increase, man. Okay? That's the mind that you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have a mind to work, man. All right? Give me that in, read that again. Nehemiah 4 and 6 and we out, man. And we're going to let up the next dynamic speaker.
This is Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 6.
Read that.
So built we the wall.
And we made that wall, that line in the sand between what is righteous and what is unclean, what is holy and what is unholy, man. And we fearless. We don't back down against nobody. All right? Read on.
And all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work.
That's the mind you're supposed to have, man. You're supposed to have a mind to do this work, all right? Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. And with that, I'm going to bring up the next speaker. That's Brother Joel for the House of Israel. Shalom.
She got the crack pipe out there.
Wow, that is wow. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's yo.
That's crazy. Welcome to Atlanta. First time in Atlanta, they smoking crack broad daylight. At least like to the nightfall. Come on, man. That's crazy. Let me get Joshua. Give me Joshua 24, 22. Give me Deuteronomy 23, 17. Bible stop. That's crazy, man. Go ahead.
This is Joshua, chapter 24, verse 22. And Joshua said unto the people,
Read.
Ye are witnesses.
Ye are witnesses. Read on.
Against yourselves.
Against what?
Against yourselves.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians have to understand. You're your own witnesses against yourself. This is why we went through cargo, slave ship, conquest, all of that. Why? Because we witnesses against ourselves. That what?
That ye have chosen you, Yahweh.
We chose ourselves, Yahweh. We entered into that covenant voluntarily when he brought us up out of Egypt.
Right.
So everything that's happened to us since then, we are a witness against ourselves. We made a contractual obligation to serve the Most High and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So when we don't do that, this is why we're in this position now. And we are our own witnesses against ourselves. Read on.
To serve him.
23.
And they said, we are witnesses.
And what did we all say back then? We are the witnesses. We ain't had no problem being witnesses when it was all good. When he saved us out of Egypt, when he was letting us conquest the land of Canaan, we ain't have no problem witnessing and serving the Most High. But now we having that problem, man. That's it on that?
That's it on that.
Come, read that.
This is a book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17.
Read.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
And this is the thing, because this is one of the key laws that we have to keep, right? Now, I ain't been in Atlanta 24 hours, man. Have I seen plenty hoes in Atlanta? Yes, I have. Read.
Nor a sodomite
Nor
of
what?
a sodomite.
Everybody knows what Atlanta known for, man. Everybody told me what I was going to see before I got here, man. I'm in Steak and Shake last night. It's a 6 foot, a nigga big as me. Built like a linebacker in a dress with a blonde wig on his head, man. All right? And then you wonder why we in the position we in, man. What is y'all doing? You see what I'm saying? We witnesses against ourselves, though. We agreed with Yahweh that we was going to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We made this agreement. So when this don't happen and you destroy and you got somebody mom out here smoking a crack pipe, this is why. Somebody get that Deuteronomy 28.
This is what all these ceremonies about. People took their money.
28 and what is that? What is that? 30? About this, I shall smite thee with madness. Baba Kushah. Because that's what we smitten with. Straight madness and delusion, man. All right? But why? Because we forsook the laws of God. It ain't even about nothing else but forsaking the law, statutes, and commandments, man. It's plain and simple. Psalms 119 and 9.
Bring it out.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28.
Read.
Thou shalt smite thee with madness.
With madness, man. That's why the sisters out here on crack, man. And of course, there's plenty of other brothers and sisters out here on either that or they on these damn prescription drugs, which is the cool thing to do now. Xans and Percocets and all that madness, man. Right? High as hell. Smitten with madness, read.
And blindness.
And what?
And blindness.
Can't see, man. Does that mean literally we can't see? We walking around with walking sticks? No, but you can't see what's going on. You ain't. Our people is out here not bearing witness to what's going on and the detrimental situation that we in right now as people. All right, read on.
And astonishment of heart.
And what?
Astonishment of heart.
Astonishment of heart, man. That's the key thing right there. Understanding that we are astonished. That's why we have no direction. We don't know what's going on. Right. So the best bet is to do what? Assimilate with the white man. Follow the whatever program we say, we just gotta follow them steps. Just follow it, man. Because our people don't know what to do, man. Right? Go ahead. Well, that's it on that? So like, give me that in Psalm 119.
This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 9.
Read.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way.
And this is what we should be asking. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, how do we cleanse our ways, man? Because all of us can bear witness to, I ain't been living right, man. Everybody done said that at one point in their life. Man, I ain't living right, man. What do I gotta do, man? I gotta start going to church, man.
Bring it out.
I gotta sow a seed, man. I gotta put some in that plate, man. Right? Read.
By taking heed thereto, according to thy word.
That's right. We gotta take heed to the word. Somebody give me who got pocket for Sirach 32 and 24. Right, because it say, how do we cleanse our way? By taking heed to the word. It's not about going in that church. It's not about putting something in that plate, because that's just you trying to pay your way, man, right? They talk about that in the book of Acts. In the book of Acts, I believe his name was Bar Jesus. And he asked the apostles, how much money is going to cost for me to be down with this? How much money is going to be cost for me to have a good standing with your Lord? No, that ain't how this works, man. All right? It's dealing with alms and tithes and things like that. That's a part of the law. But that ain't going to get you in just because you throw money at somebody, man. Right? You got that? Yep. Go ahead.
Sirach 32 and 24. He that believeth in Yahweh.
If you actually believe in God, like every ass, damn near any black, Hispanic, Native Indian, they're going to tell you, man, I believe in God, man. Right? Read.
Taketh heed to the commandment.
You take heed to the commandment if you actually believe.
Right.
So anybody who says they believe in God and they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, they're a damn lie. Give me that, you know what's that, 1 John, the precept to that? What's that, you just had it, 3 and 5, right? Yeah. Go ahead, finish that.
And he that trusted in him.
He that do what?
Trusted in him.
Trusted in him, right? Because we got to understand in the New Testament, it's usually used as faith. But a lot of times in the Old Testament, it's translated as trust. So trust and faith is the same thing. If you find somebody trustworthy, then what? You have faith in them. You see what I'm saying? He that trusted him, read.
Shall fare never the worse.
Shall fare never the worse. So if you have faith in the Most High and you keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, then what? You're going to be blessed. You're going to be all right in the long run. You're going to be saved. You're going to be a part of the elect, Lord willing. You see what I'm saying? But that's if you have the works coupled with the faith, right? Got that precept?
This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 5. Jesus, Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
No, that's St. John, 1 John. It's a lot. 1 John, right? Because that's what's going on. We got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and prove to the Most High. Because going back to the initial verse that got read, we are what? Witnesses against ourselves of the covenant that we entered into, man. He didn't force us to do that. Matter of fact, give me Genesis 30. Go to Genesis 30 for me. It might be Genesis 32. And it's dealing with when Jacob, our forefather, made that monument. Because Yahweh appeared to him and he said, I'm gonna make this monument, and if Yahweh prove himself to me, he gonna be my God. That's what our forefather did, and he proved himself. What was the main way he proved himself? By bringing us out of Egypt in the first place. All of that was part of that prophecy. So he done did all of these things to prove himself to us. When the hell are we gonna start proving ourselves to him?
That's right.
We told him we was gonna do all this, but see, we see this in our regular lives. We enter into covenants with people. We make agreements. We have relationships with people. We betray their trust all the time. We lie. Oh, I'm gonna do A, B, and C for you. Nah, baby, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of everything, and you don't. Tell your kids you won't come. You never show up, right? That's what our people is always doing, and we did that to the Most High. So of course we're gonna do it to each other. Look how we treat the Most High. Look how we treat our Creator, our power, our Savior, right? You got it?
Is it 32 when you wrestle with Andrew, or before then?
It might be before then. Jacob prepares to meet Esau. No, it's before this. It might be 31. I want to say Salaki. He builds his money, but Jacob pleads the bond. This is with his wives. See, I don't think we have his wives from this time. It might even be 29. It might even be 29. Salaki. You got that precept? The water.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 5.
Go ahead, read it.
And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins.
Go ahead.
And in him is no sin.
Salaki, that ain't it. It's right around here. It might be 4. No, that ain't it. I think where it's at. He would say he know him, but keeping not his commandments is a liar. That's what I'm looking for. It's right around there. You got precept by? Go ahead, bring it up.
It was to the point of you making that we forgot the Most High. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments?
Read.
Or a bride her attire?
That's a good point. A good question. Can a maid forget her ornaments, man? Which one of these sisters you see walking around here ain't got her earrings on, ain't got a necklace on, ain't got a bracelet on, right? She's not gonna forget her ornaments. 9 times out of 10. Read on.
Yet my people have forgotten me days without number.
But you forgot the Most High days without number. That Muslim cat, that bugged out alleged Muslim cat that came up earlier, he talking about all these years y'all been reading the Bible. What are you talking about?
Right.
Who been reading the Bible all these years?
Right.
Nobody's been reading the Bible. You've been in church singing. You ain't been reading the Bible all these years.
Bring it out.
We've been reading the Bible for a few years. You see what I'm saying? All these years you've been reading the Bible. Because long days 400 something years we've been here, we done forgot about the Most High.
That's right.
That's why all this stuff has been happening. That's why churches was able to get blown up. That's why what happened at Black Wall Street was able to happen. That's why crack was able to come in our communities. And all these epidemics. Why? Because we forgot the Most High all these days. Right? You got it? Yes. Go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
That's everybody. I got a personal relationship with God.
Right.
That's what people love to say. It's about a relationship, man. I got a personal relationship with God. Wait a minute. You know, so you know the Most High? All right, go ahead.
Is a liar.
You're a liar, man.
That's right.
That's what be wrong with our people. They be lying their ass off, acting like they know the Most High. They don't. Stop fronting. Admit it. I don't know God, but I want to know Him. How do I know Him? First, you start keeping the commandments. And how do you get to know it? Because you begin to understand to a degree the mind of the Most High, because you're dealing with what He thinks is righteous and what He thinks is wicked, what He loves and what He hates. So you begin to put that in your mind and love what He loves and hate what He hates. So that's how you know the Most High. But if you ain't in these laws, statutes, and commandments, how can you possibly know the Most High? Because you're not bearing witness and recognizing what He dislikes and what He likes. You see what I'm saying? And taking pleasure in what He has pleasure, and not taking pleasure in the things He is displeased by. There's a in Sirach, it's a precept in Sirach. It's early in Sirach. It say what do it say exactly? Take not pleasure in things that the wicked do, something to that effect, or the ungodly. It's early in Sirach. If somebody can find it about the shot, you got that?
I get it.
Genesis 9. Go ahead.
This is Genesis 28, verse, I'm gonna start at 16. And Jacob awake out of his sleep, and he said, surely Yahweh is in this place.
But matter of fact, start up, because I believe it's a dream he had.
Come on. Let me start at verse, I probably started at verse 12. This is Genesis 28 and 12. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth.
Oh yeah, that's Jacob's ladder. Go ahead.
And the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of the Most High ascended and descending on it.
Go ahead.
And behold, Yahweh stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham, thy father.
So he's appearing to Jacob, our forefather. He says, I'm the God of your forefather Abraham. Meaning I'm the one that was with him through all them times. I'm the one that got him all them riches, right? Read.
And the Most High of Isaac, the land whereon thou liest.
The land where he's at, right? He's laying in Israel before it say Israel. He's just laying there. It's just a desolate place, right? Read.
To thee will I give it.
I'm going to give this land to you. Read.
And to thy seed.
And to thy children. Read.
And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth.
Read.
And thou shalt spread abroad to the west and to the east.
Say to the west and to the east. Read.
And to the north and to the south.
Go ahead.
And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed.
Go ahead.
And behold, I am with thee and will keep thee in all places, whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land.
Read.
For I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of.
So this is the Most High entering into that covenant with Jacob, right? Read.
And Jacob awake out of his sleep.
When she says she the Most High, meaning she the highest personality. and that's evident, right? So go ahead.
And Jacob awake out of his sleep and said, surely Yahweh is in this place.
Read.
And I knew it not.
I had no idea, meaning before he laid down to sleep there, he had no idea that this is Yahweh's dwelling place. Read. And this place that he laid at is the site of where the temple was constructed. All right? Read.
And he was afraid and said, how dreadful is this place?
You see that how dreadful? Because he bore witness to the power of Yahweh and the might of Yahweh. That's why they call Yahweh Al-Shadja back in the day. Why? Because the type of destruction he brought. What he did to Sodom and Gomorrah, they said, Yahweh, he's terrible. He'll destroy you. Right? Read.
This is none other but the house of the Most High.
This is none other but the house of the Most High. So this is the precursor to why the temple was built exactly where it was built in Israel. All right? Because this is where Jacob had this dream. Go ahead.
And this is the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning and took the stone that he had put for his pillows and set it up for a pillar and poured oil upon the top of it.
Go ahead.
And he called the name of that place Bethel.
Bethel, Bayath Allah, meaning the house of God. All right, go ahead.
But the name of the first, but the name of that city was called Luz at first.
That's what the Canaanites called it. Read.
And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if the Most High would be with me.
So he said, if Yahweh was with me, read.
And will keep me in this way that I go.
And he's gonna make good. He said he's gonna bring me back into this land. He's gonna increase my people, etc. Read.
And will give me bread to eat. And raiment to put on. So that I come again to my father's house in peace. Then shall the Lord be my God.
Then shall the Lord be my God. Because there were several gods. Everybody worshiping everything in the stars and the sun and all that. But he said, who is my God going to be? The one that made good on his promise. So he said, after Yahweh made good on his promise and his word, he's going to be our God. So our forefathers have all gone into these vows and entered into these covenants and agreements with the Most High God Yahweh. Right? So we bound to all of the laws, statutes, and commandments that he gave. Period. No way around it. You got that precept? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 12. Delight not in the thing that is ungodly.
Do delight not in the thing that is ungodly. Right. All right. So when you take a look at this world, we got to understand that the thing that is ungodly is the thing that the majority of people delight in. All right. Let this pass.
Sorry, y'all. It's terrible.
Man, it started way down there.
We do it every time.
That's crazy. You see, like it start from the top, right?
Delight not in. Bring it.
That's funny.
You know? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 12. Delight not in the things that has ungodly have pleasure in.
The things that the ungodly have pleasure in, we're not supposed to delight in those same things. We're not supposed to partake in them same type of activity. So when you take a look at the world and what the world is doing, they getting high, they turning up, they out in the club every damn night. We're not supposed to be doing that. Why? Because they're ungodly, and there's a reason why they like that stuff. There's a reason why they're partaking in that stuff. Because that stuff feeds the evilness in their spirit, the wickedness in their spirit. We got to be doing things that feeds the righteousness in their spirit. The ungodly don't want to come and stand at camp, especially not no damn rain. Why would the ungodly want to do that? All right? They don't want to get. They don't want to get wet. Are you kidding me? That's crazy, right? So what do we have to do? We have to do the opposite of them. So if they don't want to stay in their camp and be out here in the elements in the streets and teach the people, or at least hear the word, we got to go and hear it, man. That's damn right. Jay got to at least get that right. All right? At least get that. Let's do the first thing first. To hell with the so-called white man, right? Precepts? All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 1. Be not thou envious against evil men.
You see that? And that's what our people are. Because our people see, when I've been out here in Atlanta now, I've been seeing all kind of European cars. Jake's riding around in California, I see plenty of these cars, but it's the white man riding around. So I'm seeing brothers riding around, right? We can easily say, damn, man, I want that Porsche. I want that Beamer. I want this. I want that, right? But I'm not going to be envious of these evil men because I know the type of sellout madness that this guy had to do 9 times out of 10 to be riding around in that car. Right? Go ahead.
Be not thou envious of evil men. Neither desire to be with them.
Neither desire to be with them. I don't want to be out with y'all because y'all are in the madness. Y'all are in the evil, man. Y'all are adulterers. Y'all want to go and eat swine. Y'all want to do all this madness. Right. A lot of y'all is dealing with homosexuality on the low. Or even if a brother don't deal with homosexuality, he want to see 2 girls kiss. You see what I'm saying? Right. Well, I want to be around this nigga, man. This same nigga that's going, he see a girl that got a man, he going to try to get her on the side. But I'm going to try to be with you. That's madness. I'm not for that, man. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 32. I have no pleasure in the death of him that dieth.
That's right. I have no pleasure in the death of him that dieth, but what?
Saith the Most High. Wherefore turn yourselves and live ye.
Turn yourselves and live. He don't have pleasure in killing you, but he gonna kill you. He gonna kill you if you don't do the right thing. If you don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments, you got a sure death guaranteed, man. You don't believe me? Just ask everybody that you know that's ever died. Ask every brother that's on a damn poster somewhere, on a damn t-shirt with a RIP. Ask him. He'll tell you that if he would have kept the laws, statutes, commandments, he wouldn't have been lying in that body. he would have been on that street corner getting blasted. You understand what I'm saying? He would have overdosed on them drugs. How many brothers are dying from ODs now, man? Like a straight fiend, right? People, the DJ Screw died from drinking that damn lean, and what do Negroes do? They call it Screw now and keep drinking it. How crazy is that?
They keep drinking it.
Yeah, keep drinking it. Go ahead.
Santana just died.
You just died off drinking that damn lean. That dude is what? Was like 26, 27 years old. You see that? But all they do is talk about pouring up an 8. I'm gonna pour up a 4. I'm gonna pour up an 8.
Right.
Nigga, are you crazy? Right, go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
We blessed when we don't walk in that counsel. So what we see the world doing, even our own people in the world, we're not supposed to walk in that counsel. We're not supposed to follow that way, man. What is our people mostly into right now? Absolute madness, man. Right? Somebody made up a point because you got this controversy going on with Monique right now, right? Monique telling everybody to boycott Netflix, right? But somebody made a question, or made a point. Where was Monique at when everything else was happening?